Hello, my name is Katie Brand and today I'll be presenting you my presentation on the human nutrition and the digestive system. So I'd like to start by explaining that I will be presenting the digestive functions of the system. I will also be explaining the mechanical and chemical digestion with reference to optimum conditions, and I will also be explaining the constituent groups of a balanced diet. So this is the gastrointestinal tract. So it consists of the mouth, the pharynx, the esophagus, the small intestine, the large intestine, the anus and the rectum. It is a canal that is a process of where digestion and absorption take place, where the food enters the body and is expelled at the other end. So this is the human digestive system. So the function is absorption and digestion, which is a continuous tube with two openings from the mouth to the bottom. So food enters via the mouth, which is the oral cavity, where the teeth and tongue play a role in chewing the food and tasting the food. Once this is processed, it is then passed into the pharynx. The pharynx is a long pathway that is situated behind the nasal cavity and the mouth. Once the food is ready to be swallowed and passed down, this process is then called deglutition. The bolus is what it is called, which is classed as a mass of food. So next you have the bolus then passes down into the esophagus by peristalsis. Now peristalsis is involuntary contractions which allow the food to pass down quicker. The stomach is a hollow muscular organ situated in the upper left quadrant. So once the food is mixed up and it is churned in the stomach, it then leaves the stomach and it is called a chyme. Over here you have the liver, which is responsible for producing bile. Now bile is a yellowish green substance that comprises of water, pigment, bilirubin and bile salts cholesterol. The bile then moves via the bile ducts and is moved to the gallbladder, which is where it is stored. Next you have the gallbladder here. This small one is around 10 centimeters long. This is where the bile is stored. The rectum is a temporary storage site for feces. This is at the end of the digestive system. So here we have the small intestine. This is the small intestine. It is also known as a small bowel. It is divided into three parts: the duodenum, the jejunum, and the ileum. It is around 24 feet long and is a muscular tube divided into three parts. This is the large intestine here. So this organ is the last part of the digestive tract. It is around 5 feet long and divided into the cecum, the colon, and the rectum. So there are four main stages to digestion. You have digestion of the food, number 1. Number 2 is digestion of polymers. 2A, mechanical digestion, and 2B, chemical digestion. 3, absorption of monomers, and 4, elimination of waste. Next, we have the processes of digestion. So there are 4 processes of digestion. They include ingestion, absorption, digestion, and elimination. There are 2 main chemical processes to this. These are mechanical digestion, which begins in the mouth where the tongue and teeth play a role to chew the food down. This is classed as mastication. Chemical digestion is where the process begins in the mouth, where the acid, water, bicarbonate and enzymes are mixed in the food, which initiates the breakdown of the food into smaller pieces. The process of peristalsis is where the involuntary contractions allow the food to push the food into the esophagus. So what is an enzyme? An enzyme is a large food molecule that are broken down to help. They are found inside the cell with the help of absorption and help to speed up the process of digestion. So this is the optimum conditions for enzymes. So the optimum condition for enzymes is 37 degrees. However, they work best at their optimum environment. So an enzyme works best at 37 degrees, but if the enzyme is too hot, the enzyme breaks down. Whereas if the enzyme is cold, the enzyme doesn't work quickly enough. Gastric juices have gastric enzyme within the cell, within the hydrochloric acid. So lactase is one that I've chosen. This is secreted from the small intestine and breaks down to lactose, which is the sugar into milk, into galactose and glucose. Secondly, I've chosen pancreatic lipase. This is secreted from the pancreas and is target into the breakdown of lipids, which is fats, which are fats in the gut. Okay, so this is the Eat Well plan. So the Eat Well plan is the government recommended guideline for what we should eat for a balanced diet. It also gives information about staying hydrated. So it's recommended that anyone over the age of 5 has 50 to 60% of carbohydrates in their diet, 15 to 20% of protein, and 25 to 30% of fats. Eating healthy helps to maintain your good health from childhood to old age and prevents developing any illnesses in later life. So here it is. Here's the Eat Well guide, as you can see. So there are 5 different categories. You have meat and fish, you have bread, you have other cereals and potatoes, fruit and vegetables, and milk and dairy foods. Foods containing fat and foods with drink and with sugar. So water is essential for us. It is one of the main things that our body needs. It is recommended that you consume 6 to 8 glasses of water a day to help regulate your body and allow your functions within your body to work. Thank you very much. Bye.